Hi and welcome back to another video of Dad's RC Hanger. My name's Chris and we are going to be carrying on today with the Tiger Moth, the Nexa Tiger Moth. It's that Friday feeling. Alrighty, welcome back. Okay, well I've got a little camera over there that's going to be pointing down so we can see what we're doing and for the smaller things so we can keep this bit of a wide shot. We're going to put the undercarriage on today. If I can move that over a bit, there you go, you should be able to see that. So basically there's two slots here, not yet, but there is two slots somewhere. Oh yeah, there's one here somewhere. No, they're here, they're both at the front. I'm lying to you. There's a slot here that's been covered and a slot here. And that's where the undercarriage is going to go. We're going to try and do as much as we can today. So first things first, let's quickly have a look at the other camera. So this is what we're going to be looking at. So let's let's move this a bit. Okay, so this is what we're going to be looking at today. We're going to be putting this sort of bar and the restraints, two wheels, the wheel hubs. And then obviously hopefully we'll get on to the servos, which is the rudder servo, elevator servo and the throttle as we're going for the fuel tank. And if we really get far, which I probably don't think we will do because I waffle on too much, is the top tank. I've still got to put the engine on, not the electric but the gas engine. This will probably be next week. It's probably going to be a double header next week, hopefully, if I get the time. Where we actually test, we'll run in the gas engine, or should I say the nitro engine, glow engine, I like to call it. So that's what we're going to do. Now, if I have, we've gone a page forward on here. This is the actual how you do things. It does tell you how to do it. So you cut the slits out here and here on here. And here's the straws. Yes, we got the straws. Yes, we got the straws. Now, with the straws, they say that you need to cut along the edge like so. Then put it on here, then that lovely word CA glue onto the straw. I'm going to have a look at the metal and I'm going to think if we can maybe do a bit dangerous and you know, if we sort of get this, in fact where is it? It's here. So if I draw a line and pencil here and see if I can bend that back to put the straw on and then bend it back, maybe. I don't know how hard this is. I mean, this looks like it could be hardened maybe. It's quite springy. Maybe I shouldn't. I don't know. I've got a bender. A pipe bender. I wonder if this would bend it. Okay, we'll have a look anyway. So we make sure we get all these parts. These are in these bags here, and you've got another bag here which has got the little flat bits in, and I believe the screws, which are 3x10mm. We'll have to. So I think there's those ones in there. So we need the magno tree. So if we get the part set that we're going to need just for this anyway, there's two of these little bits here in the bag. Yep. So we need those. And in fact, let's put these in the bag because they're going to be used anyway. Now I think these are the 10mm. It says 3x10mm. Maybe that's 3mm by 10mm. 8 of them. Yeah, 1, 2, 3. 3 fingers. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Yes. And then we should have 2 of the white ones. Yep. Stick them in there, and we should have the two more black ones, I think, which is that one. And on here I've just noticed that it's not been in the factory. It still hasn't got the holes, but we can put a drill through that. Yeah, we'll get a little drill bit for those two. And I believe they go on the back ones. You've got the two white ones in the front. The two straws, we've got two straws. and we have the 2 mechanical parts, which are really heavy. Fantastic. Might actually not crash this up. And the skinny one, which has got the straws, and as you can see, if we try to put the straws on, it doesn't do it. But maybe I could just bend that back. We'll give that a go actually. If I could just draw this line, it would do on this paper, doesn't it? If I just draw that, oh, just to get that angle, and we'll see if we can do something about that. I don't know if I can use my pipe bender, because this is mainly used for back in the room, but no, I won't use that. Let me see if I can do it now. I need to do it with my hands, because once the pipe is on, see how easy it is to bend. It might not be. I might be just now that's, I think I'm going to do, it's obviously hardened, I think. And if I try and bend that, I'm gonna either snap it, but that's just so annoying, don't you think, that you've got to cut the straws? Anyway, everything in the magno tray. We'll need our little blade, which I have one prepared earlier. He says, as I'm losing it down the side of a case, and I'll probably lose it in a minute and it's going to fall. 1 second. Oh my god. Come out. Obviously running away saying, don't do it, don't do it. Okay, so what does it say first? So I believe then we can move this a bit along a bit so you can see what I'm doing. Let's have a look here. So the front bar, which is our bendy one that's going to have the straws on, slips in the front here. If I rub that along there, you can see the line that it's got to go in, hopefully, if you can. Probably not, because I can't reach the focus. Excuse me. So I'm going to run from middle to middle. I'm going to run the knife just along here. In fact, I don't know if I need to even run this across. I probably did actually, because it would have stretched down. And don't forget, when, like you say, when you do cut this, it's just scary when you cut things, isn't it? When you do cut this, I've got to probably stick some glue down, some of that lovely CA glue. I'm just going to cut that out. I mean, you know, they used to take ages to build these things back in the day. I can see why. It's quite pleasurable. I do get enjoyment out of this. Scares the hell out of me, but yeah, there we go. Right, so I'm just going to cut that piece out. I've not gone too close to the edge. There was a song called that, wasn't there, once? As he's about to break out in song and then forgets the song. So we've done a little thing out here. Can I'm hoping that you can see that it's gone in place. If it's not, I do apologise, but there's a little slit in here. Always hard to try and do this when you haven't got 2 people. Right, so that fits in there like so. That is cool. Right, now, before we get too excited, now these two, which are really, I mean, this landing's got to be great. This plane was probably made for me. As you can see on a couple of my flights with my what's it called again? See right here, isn't it? The Riot. And with the Navy Cub, both of them, the undercarriage just went 2 hard landings because I am crap at the moment. So they will go in there. They're quite thick when they're together, so we need to cut out the big kahuna. So let's I just want to rub it. I find if you rub it with your finger first, you're outlining the where you need to cut, and if you cut just in of the outline, so if you stretched it and it pulls back, it's not going to pull back over the top, if that makes sense. So and then, so you don't want to go right to the edge. You want to just leave a little plate, because once the two metal bars, it will push that in. I mean, this is micromillimeters, or 60 thorps or something, is it, in old money? Well, not old money, but it's over the pond. It's okay, it's not the straightest, but I'm not going for edge to edge. Don't pull it, Chris. I think I need some more X-Acto blades. I did notice they are sharp as whatever's to cut your finger, but when you're actually trying to cut fine detail, yeah. Let's put that over there before I hurt myself. So it is a wiggly woggly line, but it's because I haven't gone edge to edge. If I get my fingernail and just edge it along the edge, he says, you'll be able to see that little cutout, hopefully. Yeah, hopefully. Hope you're all in focus. And then these have got little holes here. It's interesting, isn't it, how these are meant to go. I'll put these in right. Yeah, they are, but it's like these ends, it's like they're not bent correctly. Yeah. It's either the hot. These don't want to sit down properly. It's either holes have been drilled at an angle. Let's see inside. Can I see them coming inside? I can. They go into little blocks. I've got a funny feeling that when they're drilled these, it's not been directly level, because these look pretty. Let's try and get this out. I mean, if you look over here, back at the other cam, you can see that they get, you know, if they're going in nice right angles and then flush. Where back to this one, it's not. It's this is where I've got to try and get it out. It's going at an angle. I wonder if I need to drill it out a bit. Now I don't want to drill it so it's that. It seems to me it's a right angle. Have I got anything that's at a right angle? I've got my old thing here. That'll do. It's still a right angle. So let's have a look to see how right angled it is. Probably not the best thing to use, but yeah, that's probably better this way actually. So whoever was making the metal, can you see that there? If you can't, I apologise, but that is in fact, if I look here, go to the other cam. Here is that. If you have to excuse the it's like one of my old things that's in my drawer. There you go. So we know that the Mr. Metalwork, whoever was doing the metalwork, was spot on. Whoever was doing the drilling, not so spot on. So I don't want to sort of like try and force it down, because if I put that in there, push it round, yeah, you can see. If I push that down, is it gonna? I really don't want to. Excuse me, a bit snotty again. See, it's not sitting down like it should be doing. If I make the hole bigger, then it's going to be. It's going to be loose. Same with this one. I mean, if I come that, you can see it's not straight. It's literally like I'm trying to think. I don't want to get a hammer on it. I might have to. Time to get hammered. Here we go. We got a pin hammer. Stop cringing. It's only a hammer. If I lift this up, yeah. So I don't think it goes right in. It says it does, but then it hasn't cut this edges here on the side. So hard. I mean, let's go back to the picture here. You can see it's like they're in. Push that back. You can see that it sits in here. So obviously it's been bent wrong. It shouldn't be that long because the turn. In fact, let's bring the plane under the cam. That would make a lot of sense, wouldn't it? If we can see this here. So the turn, according to the Bible, should be here, where the turn is here. So maybe that's why it's not going to sit in. Interesting, huh? This is why I said the undercarriage is probably going to be a video, but it's going to be headed as undercarriage, so it's always good if you're stuck on it. So what do I do now? What do I do now? Do I cut out the edges? Just cut the edges and let it sink out? I think that's what I'm going to have to do, isn't it? Otherwise it's not going to sit flush. As I say, you know, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's just do it. I need to try and see if I can get this back up again. How? I don't know. Can't really get into there that way. No. Oh, cringe. This is the great thing about bolts. If I just push that to the side, I'm going to cut. I'm going in. Now, I should have like a little cutting machine really to, if I could get the edge there. I just don't want to, I want to leave a flap. If I just cut it with my knife. Ooh-cha. Ooh. See, that's a bit of wood there. It's such a sausage, and it's only this end that it's going to need to come out as well. Oh. Okay, I haven't got. Have I got? Right, this is not. I've got a file, but I haven't got a mini saw. But we have a big saw. Cringe. So that's going to go there. Then if I put my little knife just on the edge, hopefully if I push them down on the knife very gently, I just don't think that was there. Do you see that come out? That came out. So have got. Let's put that back there, a little file. So, look at that, look at that. So, when I put this down, there you go. Crack. Can you see that? Hopefully you can. Look under the close cam. There you go. All I did is just made that little notch on the side, just so it fits in there. So I'm going to need to do the same with this one. There you go. Where there's a way, there's a will, or where there's a will, there's a way. One of the ones, anyway. I needed a screwdriver a bit, but I haven't got one, so not near me. But I've got my little round file. These files are great, they really are. Still not too happy about that. It's it does get me annoyed when things don't look perfect. I know it doesn't look like it when I'm getting out a hammer and I'm getting and I'm getting out a big blade saw, but it's an experience nonetheless. So let's stop saying so. These are, you know, a lot more attention and time could be done to this plane. If you're not like making YouTube's videos, you know, there's attention to detail that could be done on this plane. But then again, if you're going to do that, is that the hole opposite? Is that not straight to that? Yeah, it is. Is it? Yeah. You know, if it's going to be that sort of detail, that, you know, attention and bits and pieces, and you know, so if you do get anything, you can file it down so it looks right. I think, you know, you'd build your own model, wouldn't you? You'd build it from the balsa plans from balsa and then cover it yourself. But it doesn't stop me from doing detail with this, and I will fix these little where I had to cut that for this to fit in, where it was not correctly drilled or spaced. I can get some wood filler, balsa wood filler or something. I'm sure there's some sort of filler out there. As I say, this is my learning. This is my journey that you're all joining, and it's great to see you all joining. Over 280 subscribers. Thank you to every one of you. I really appreciate it. I'm not just saying that. I think it's great that possibility out of 280 subscribers, you're probably watching me make a fool of myself, and it's great. It is great. You know, I'm tough skinned. Let's just pull that up a bit, because that's, there we go. I'm trying to do it so it's balanced. There you go. Hopefully that you can. It's going to be in focus for you. Hello, focus. I don't know, because I can't reach the screen. It's in autofocus and auto lights and everything else. You really need a camera person, really. Right, so they're all solid, absolutely solid, which is fantastic. Now, obviously, what we didn't get out in my little pack of screws is our little teeny weeny polka dot bikini. No, it's not a polka dot bikini. It's a grub screw, an Allen key grub screw. I call them grub screws. That's probably the wrong name. They are in there for these little CNC blocked things, and I'm not going to get them out yet because I'll just end up losing them. Now, I want to put these down the other way. I want to put so these screws. It says upside down. Or does it? No, it doesn't. So it's actually the way the pictures. So the grub screws are going. Or should I put the grub screws in now? I really could have done with battery in my thingy working, so you could see it. I'm not going to put the grub screws in there. I'm not going to put them in there. We'll put them in afterwards. So they slide on there anyway. And as we know, so this, before I do that, actually, I just want to. Where does it say it's on here? I just want to rub around here just gently. Is that a hole there? It is a hole there, and there's another hole there. That's not straight, but that's alright. There's another hole there, another hole there. This one's not straight on here. That's really annoying, isn't it? But you can find they are pre-drilled holes, so that's pretty good of them to do that. Sorry, you're probably not watching what I'm doing. But I'm just going to put. There's another two white. These are the white ones. You can see that they cover that, the small rail. And I was just checking if that had pre-drilled holes underneath the covering, and it does, which makes my life a lot easier. But I was prepared to make holes. This kept falling off. I'm hoping I don't go over my 30-minute mark. That looks pretty cool to me. I need to get them so they're a level, and in there. Oh, awesome. Hope you. I might have to cut some more of this chat out. Chat. One must cut the speech out of the video. It's a bit better, isn't it? I speak 2 languages, and that is good English and bad English. So excuse me. When we do the petrol tank and everything, which is going to be quite a major one, because I've got lots of things to put in, little valves that when I fill it with petrol it stops it from flooding the carburetor but fills the tank, but allows me to fill it. Now what I have been looking at is that they used to fill the tank obviously from the petrol tank, which is in the middle, that little bulbous bit on the top of the wings, but there's also a secondary. There was a secondary, and I think it was ports side starts, one of the sides, and it was at the back. I was trying to find out where it is if I can get a picture so I could stick it there, and they used to basically put it there and wind it so it would go up to the tank. Yes, probably they had like a little, maybe if they was running out of fuel. I've been trying to look for a story for about it, but I have not yet found one. But I would have thought they'd had like a spare tank of fuel or something in the plane, and if they was flying and they knew it was running low, maybe they pumped it up there. I don't know. That's what I presume. One presumes. Boom! Look at that. Apart from that, well, I had to cut it in, which has annoyed me, and things like that annoy me, but don't worry about it. There you go. Look at that. That is what I call an undercarriage, a landing gear. Okay, so we have 2 big wheels, and we have another one here as well. Oh yes sir, hello there. Oh, don't know what they're made of. Chewy stuff. And it says that we've got a bush. So we have a bush, we have our bush. Wait! We have our bush. Bush. Lovely again, and it has got one of them lovely grub screws that we love so much that I nearly lost. So let me just start to put that in. I do apologise for anything that you're missing me doing, but it's one of them things. It's camera angles. You know, you need a bit more. I don't know, just camera angles. Right, so all I've done is did what like I did before. If you can see that, if you can't, I'm sorry. Put the grub screw in the little bush. Now it says that it doesn't need that is interesting. I think that these here shouldn't protrude. They are protruding at the moment because there's no bush in front of that for the wheel. Oh, they are so tight on. There's nothing to stop it, so it literally goes against that, and if that's in the way, obviously it's going to get trapped in there, so that needs to be pushed out. Doesn't go right in there. There we go. Right, so to say this is just protruding a bit on here. I can bring it across to you now because the cameras can is it going to do it? Determined to get these focus. Here we go. Right, so there is a little protruding bit here. Which it shouldn't be like that. So let's, while we're on this side, so all I'm going to do is undo one of these grub screws and just pull this back if I can, which I can't, or maybe pull these back so they both come back, maybe the metal, and undo that enough. This is why I don't do it straight away. Seal it. So if I go back right a bit more. Right, so that is now flush. So if I tighten this back up again. So I always do, you know, this is a good thing. I'm glad that I didn't put any Loctite or something, that's what it's called. You can imagine me, couldn't you, sticking Loctite in. Right, so when I put this on, as I will put some this kind of greasy stuff to help the wheels. It's like so. Maybe, yeah, this doesn't look like it goes. Let's get the hubcap. No, let's put this on. I want to see. I think it's a matter of like playing about until you get the right distances. So that gets on there, like so. And then we'll get the hubcap. which is really kind of cool, the de Havilland logo, and line up the screws. Now this will need to come out more, so if I loosen that off and come out until I can put the wheel hub on, which I would say is there, and push back, and that's where that is going to need to be. I'll push back on it very gently, tighten it. So yeah, so this wheel hub obviously keeps it away. So maybe I don't need to worry about the bar the way it is, because it's not even going to go near it. Okay, interesting. Now I have only got 3 screws in here. Did I put some out somewhere? When I took the no, my luck, when I took the wheel hub out. Let's get my magnum tree. Not having a good one today, am I? What's going on? Okay, they're all hidden away. Right, so they're out of the bag. So you get 6 little screws. Put the, here's one I prepared earlier. I'll find that in a minute, don't worry. Yeah, these are also kind of like almost self-tapping really. So maybe, you know, to make it better we could get the plastic, make the plastic nicer, but for today's purposes, we'll get it in the hole properly. So now I know I'm lined up with the hole, I can bring it back out again and go in. Which is one. Watching paint dry again, aren't we? I want to know if these are actually yellow on the camo version, on the ruler version. I'll have to have a look, and if they're not, we'll spray them. Once again, we'll spray them. Has it gone in this hole? Yes, it has, yeah. And then there's this one here. So it looks like you need to kind of, like, it fits in, it snaps in afterwards. Okay, well, it looks like that's it for another video. I mean, time just goes. I mean, probably we nattering on and everything, but you know, the undercarriage is on. The aesthetics, you know, making it look pretty and all that sort of stuff, we still have to do. I've still got to sort of play around with the wheel. You know, loosen it off so the hub, so it's not scraping against the hub when it's going round, because at the moment it's right pushed on the hub. So just need to bring that little bush back a bit so it's loose on the hub, and then you can tighten the other bit of suspension and bits and pieces. So the wheel should last you a long time. Remember, it's only a plastic wheel, it's got no bearings inside it, but you know, we could probably always upgrade those. I'm definitely going to see if I can get a nice wheel for it. I've got to be careful about weight, but you know, we have got the 4-stroke Sato engine to put on the front, and that's going to pull it regardless. I think it's going to drag the plane along, I think. But yeah, so until next week's video, be safe, keep flying and have fun. Thanks for popping by now. See you later now. Bye bye.